It's great to have you here. I can't believe it. Wow. Thank you. So Marlon Brando, you met him fat?
I had a couple of
That's what we were
experiences.
just talking about.
I had a couple of experiences with Marlon. The first one was Warner's owed him some money, and he wanted to do a remake of Invisible Man. And Marlon called me up, and he was in Tahiti, and he was telling me the whole story about how he wanted to do it in Invisible Man. I listened to him, I talked to him, and we had another conversation. Then I realized that Warner's owed him $2 million. And he figured one day he'll come in, put the tape on in the morning. In the afternoon, he'll take the tape off. The next day, he'll do the voiceovers. And that's his $2 million. And I said to Marlon, I know those guys over at Warner Brothers and Ted Simmons and all that. I don't think they're going to give you $2 million for 2 days' work. He said, yeah, you're probably right. And then some years later, Nick Pileggi and I were doing a script for him on City Hall. It eventually got made with Pacino. But it was supposed to be Alec Baldwin and Marlon Brando. Marlon Brando was supposed to play the Donald Mannis character. He was a famous corrupt politician in the 80s here. And so we would go over to his place. And he was so big at that time, he needed somebody to help him up. I mean, part of his tragedy was acting was so easy for him in a way he became to disrespect his own craft.
600, 700 pounds?
No, more like 500.
It's just such a waste of pure sexiness.
Well, I mean, so he has this guy, this city councilman, and Marlon says, I think he has a bongo club.
What is that?
It's a club where he plays bongos.
Okay.
Now we're talking about the bongo club. And he said, I think he has a parrot. I think he has a parrot on his shoulder. And he talks to the parrot when he plays the bongos. Go back with Pileggi and say, what do we do about the goddamn parrot? So Nick said, we can make it work. We can make the parrot work. And I'm meeting Marlon the third time, and he said, I don't know what this shit is about New York politics. Nobody gives a damn about New York politics. We got a guy with a bongo club with a parrot. That's great. Let's get rid of the politics.
That's the movie. Yeah.
And they said, well, it was written by the former deputy mayor of New York City. It's all about New York politics. I said, no, nobody cares about that.
And then he didn't work on the project after that.
Pacino ended up taking the Baldwin role, and I forget who took the...
That's a good thing that Baldwin wasn't there, because
Ed Pressman...
Because he shot a woman in cold blood.
No.
Sorry, I do blue humor.
Yeah, but I mean, you've got to have some accuracy.
No, we're not going to put that in the episode. But he premeditatedly shot them.
He did it at a director's instruction.
The director's like, this is a fella's job.
Yeah. So anyway, the producer called up Marlon after it had fallen apart and was trying to patch it back together. And he said, it would have never worked anyway. He said, I've met people like Schrader. It would have never worked. He said, why? He said, they're always trying to tell you what to do.
Right.